Yeah, too quiet, too bored today. I don't know what's going on.
There's just so much
Man, we
going
got
on,
it.
so
We
much
got it.
energy going on around the vibration. So now we just, yeah,
Come on, we
yeah.
got it. We
So,
got it. We got it. We got it. We got it.
You guys hungry?
Yeah, you getting lunch?
One kiss I'll eat.
No business.
I want a jacket.
tell my own
Yes.
kiss
How
how
you, my brother? We're together all the time. You see me ordering coffee. You brought me a whole hell of a cup of water. You say you brought me coffee,
A
bro.
coffee, my man, no sugar.
Bro, you know I normally drink my shot of espresso, bro.
My brother,
yeah,
my
you
brother
fucked
walking
up.
outside and said coffee, no sugar, right?
But bro,
I got that big flower of you. You know what I'm telling you?
That's a good start, though.
No, I'm saying they been love big flower of me.
You like bothering him too.
My boy, my boy.
Jack
We
Grace.
From what I
Together.
from what I saw in that video, you like fucking with.
The man gonna tell me, come in, like, baby, come and give me caddy here. The boy come and give me caddy and shut it what it called.
But you know
Yeah.
what they call carry hair?
No, no caddy here, me.
Carry hair, which mean they leave food in your stomach.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
No, for the insect.
not good. Or.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. My name's Smitty Stokes, and you're currently watching In the Fries. I'm with my lovely co-host today. I'll let them introduce themselves.
You already know Nabil.
J-Biz, and we have Mr. Anthony Waterside in the building right now, you feel me?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I shoe on your foot. Tell a little bit about it, because you know where we come from. We don't know nothing about that kind of shoe and our trust they going right now, brother.
Harley Davidson on the boots, Kenny on the cargos. I got these in Japan, and this is a Uniqlo tee. Feel me?
Man, a fashion
Uniqlo
guru.
shirt, keeping it cute.
Definitely. Today we're talking about fashion today.
So we have this wonderful designer here today that I'm so excited for him to talk about his journey and where he's at right now and where he's going to be pretty soon. So let's just like hop into it a little bit. Can you introduce yourself to us and give us the story behind your name, Mr. Waterside?
Anthony, my name Anthony. I'm I go by Waterside on Instagram, and the Waterside comes from. For those that don't know, Waterside is a street in Monrovia, Liberia, and and Anthony obviously is my name Anthony, but the name just came about just me being authentic to my roots and understanding, the weight that I'm trying to carry for my people.
So you brought the name basically to make it bigger than the street.
Yeah, because a lot of people have a stigma when they think about Waterside. They think about, I'm not gonna say it because
I don't
it's
know.
a luxury
I'm a
brand now, so
baby.
we
I
ain't
don't
gonna
know.
we ain't gonna yeah. Because a lot of people when they think about Waterside, is just look in the bad aspect of it. So it's like I'm taking bad transitionally to good.
I know. I was actually even describing you this morning. I was talking to a friend and I was explaining basically it's the Ghana Must Go bag, and he just like revamped it and added Waterside on top of it. And when I first saw it, I know I sent it to my mother automatically and was like, I need to buy you this purse. Like, this is so cute. I love it. It gives varsity, like collegiate almost in a way.
Yeah.
It's really dope. That's
Thank
really
you.
dope.
Yeah,
That bag's fire. That bag is like, so like, I know in China, like, I think for me, for when it kind of Waterside, right? I kind of see like the hustle, feel me?
Yeah.
I don't really see like always being like, I see the hustle, like everybody over there trying to figure how to make something happen.
Yeah, that's the
When it
idea.
comes to, idea of Waterside. So definitely by you picking that, such a landmark, and figuring how to market and push it to the world for them to kind of tap into it, man, we appreciate that.
Thank you, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a beautiful masterpiece you got there, right? Because the name Waterside, a lot of people. I mean, just to add up the way you say about Waterside, Waterside is it's more like the money-based capital.
Yep.
In Liberia, Waterside Market. I mean, it's a commercial, really a commercial area that you got a lot of things going on, and when I look at your design, right, it brought so much flashback to me, especially right before the war.
Yes.
With the Ghana Must Go back.
That's a good catch.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you came out with this creativity to combine the Waterside into faction and then telling the story of the Ghana Must Go back. Because, the truth be told, right, we like back then, right, we wasn't really familiar with the design.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't want to swag it because it was low standard, coming up for poor people and all of that. So for you to bring it and create it this way, I think that's genius, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I think for me, like the idea, from what I remember growing up in Liberia, like Waterside always been this beautiful place that you could always make something out of nothing, like Biz said, right? Yeah. And just like you said, anything you want, don't matter what it is.
You find it
right there
Waterside
in Waterside.
market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And fortunate enough, when my parents moved to the state, I grew up in New York. So it kind of also remind me of Canal Street in New York, because they almost have like the same aesthetic. It's a grind city, it's a grind street. Like they're constantly grinding, like selling like replica bags. You know what I mean?
I think that's really beautiful. You was able to take where you're from back home in Liberia, as well as where you're from in the States and America, combine both of those like influences and create something even more beautiful for us. Thank you. I appreciate that. When did you discover though, like your passion for design? What was it? Did you pick up sewing? Did you pick up drawing? What did you do?
I think just being a hard-headed kid, coming from school, my mom, you know, because my mom at the time, she was a stay-at-home mom, because we had a lot of family members living with us at the time. So I'm very close to my mom. So like just being hard-headed, coming home, button missing on my shirt, and my mom, like she was a seamstress, she would like sew my button, and just finding like a love for something that means a lot to a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at an early age, I discovered that at a younger age, and I kind of like carry on. And the older I got, I kind of explore more, and I kind of got comfortable with my instinct. So everything I do is like very intentional, from like roots. You know, it's funny because we had a event in New York, and my mom seen a little clip of the interview I did, and she questioned me like, "Wow, you remember this?"
Of course. Of course.
So people
She's
don't
like, "You
people don't
remember
really-
this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I remember this. I must have been young, but I got good memories."
That's
one of
good.
the
Like
things that influence you.
people don't
Yeah.
really realize like kids pay attention to things that their parents do. They don't really speak on it, right? Like you'll be amazed by like how like these kids, like our kids that we have, they really like look up to certain things we do, and they can transition to like when they become adults. So you gotta be very mindful as a parent. You gotta let going on that blue up and cussing mom cuss all day. Your child might turn out to be a mom cusser one day.
Little prophet
You understand?
kid. Little prophet
so
kid.
Definitely, they pay attention.
And it's actually amazing, right? It's actually amazing that you could modify this and change the narrative or the storyline behind the Ghana Must Go Back. You know, turning it into a masterpiece that anybody can be proud to swag it, you know. Because like I said, Ghana Must Go Back is like the story behind it is sad.
Yeah, it's a
You know?
storytelling. It's a storytelling.
We use that bag, you know. We use that bag to pack our clothes and stuff like that to run away because of war.
Yes.
And you know, and now to see that you could craft this in the faction and you're styling it, bro. Like, say no more.
God bless, brother. Yeah, that's you just answered for me, because that's really, you know, just storytelling. You know, like just being very intentional about my feelings and being super aware of, you know, my roots, because I'm for my people 100%. Like, you feel me? And you know, because at the time, even before the brand even came about, I had a label called like Anthony Walker, like my actual name, and I thought it was boring. Because I literally thought it was boring because I don't have any interest in like story of the person that I am, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of like drew me back to where I'm from. Like even it's so much emotions, bro. Like every time I talk about it, it's like it kind of like puts
Pulls
sort
on
of
your heartstrings?
it put a strings in my
Cry
heart.
for us a little
you know
bit.
what I
We
mean?
like that here.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna cry.
It's okay to cry,
I ain't gonna,
man.
no,
Like we promote.
I ain't gonna
look,
cry. I'm just very passionate
I would
about
tell-
it. I ain't gonna cry. Like,
Bro,
you know
we
what I mean?
promote.
And
We
also-
promote. It's okay for men to feel
Yes,
something. We
black
promote
men
that
have
over here.
emotions.
No, for sure.
It's okay.
But I ain't gonna cry though.
Ah, we
You know
like
what I
it.
mean?
That shit
I-
was for me.
You said what?
Okay, so like, what about your signature aesthetic or like your style? I would describe it as it gives me something like my mother would wear in the 90s. Like I took a picture of, so found a picture of my mom in the 90s. The whole fit looks like Waterside Market. I'm not even gonna hold you down to like the jorts or like the kitten heels or like I don't know if I'm saying too much now.
No. You can
I
say it
don't
because we still working on it though. Yeah.
yeah, or
you can
even
say
like
it.
the I'm still waiting for that asymmetrical button up.
Yeah, no, it dropped already.
It
Well,
dropped?
no,
it didn't.
it didn't drop.
I was
You're
on
right.
the, I was
You're
looking this
You talking
morning.
about the yellow joint, right?
I don't know if it was yellow. I thought it was white. I
It
don't
was-
know. I
Oh
wanted.
yeah, it was two of them. So we had the nightlife in Waterside across, and then we had the yellow ones. I think the yellow, no, they both never came out because my brother wanted us to like focus on something else at the time, so we had to like
Or
put
even the
that on pause.
snapbacks, bro, with the little clip in the back.
Yeah, that was from our umbrella brand coding. So I have an umbrella brand called 07 coding that I established with a good friend of mine, Leslie. Yeah.
I feel like your aesthetic gives like Love Jones. It gives good old like I'm like Nia. Is it Nia Long? I'm saying that correctly. Like I don't want to be so common in my description of like
Right.
90s aesthetics, but it really gives that to the true core. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. We trying because we work with like different people. Like not even to take all the credit for the bag. I'm gonna shout out my homegrown mining because when I was in Tokyo for a while, and when I came back, I was in New York for some time, and a friend of mine reached out to me. He told me like, "Yo, Imani been trying to get a hold of you. She want to talk to you about something." And the last conversation I had with him before I went to Tokyo was, when I get back, I gotta go hard. I gotta go hard. Like when I get back from Tokyo, I gotta go hard because we had just launched like the coding umbrella brand. So we was focused on that because at the time it took us so long. You know, with Waterside, I look at it like my baby. You know what I mean? It's my baby. It's very personal. So everything I do got to be very intentional. So sometimes I take a break from it, then I create with coding. So I get away from it. Then through that process, it brings me back to the person that I am. It brings me back to my roles as a person. So that happened. I was in Japan, got back, spoke with him. And my homegirl, she had this whole story that she was on a boat, on a cruise. And she's seeing this picture, and it has so much emotions and expression. And one of the things she picked up was they had this bag, and it had patterns in the bag. It had a pattern, but she couldn't think of any pattern other than the Ghana must go pattern.
Yeah.
You feel me? So she told me, we spoke, and the idea just came out of nowhere. We just came up with the idea out of nowhere. And the first thing we thought about, like, yo, what about we just take our struggle, just like he said? Because the first thing I thought about was, you know, she's not even Liberian. She's Blasian. She's not even Liberian. So the first thing I thought about was the war. And how can I take a trauma to transform it into something positive? To be able to like speak a language with everybody in the world, not just Liberian.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the bag, it's a language.
Connecting the dots.
Exactly. It's a language.
Base can always say, yeah.
Exactly. You feel me? So we thought about it, like, you know, we went doing research about it, and we just, as soon as we did the tech pack, we was like, yo, this is it. This is the language that, whether you're Liberian, whether you're Ghanaian, whether you're Nigerian, whether you're Eastern African, Northern African, but you understand that. You know the purpose of that. You know the meaning of it. So to be able to just channel that was something that was really beautiful. And, you know, we're going to keep creating for that expression of people to have, because that's really, really, really the purpose of what Waterside really is. Like, you know, because it's the story goes all the way back. Because I remember one time I was in Liberia. It was July 26th.
Nice.
My mom sent me $20.
Oh.
I went right in the DK and bought my white ups, red shirts, and black shorts.
Yeah.
So we was getting fly then in the DK before we even came to New York.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I always had that connection with what that particular place in the country brings, that joy. And I think everybody in Liberia knows that, but people are just so like, whatever.
No, Waterside market, bro, in all caps, magic happened down there.
Bro.
Magic
Not the
happened.
beginning like bro, fly
Magic.
too, I ain't gonna lie.
No, everybody.
The
Bro,
beginning
I,
like bro can get flower,
bro,
man.
of
I'm
course,
like, yo.
of course.
And you know the thing about this, Ghana Must Go product, right? The way you look at this bag right now, it looks so small from outside, and believe it or not, it can take like so much.
I can't hold.
It can hold like so much, right? Let me just give you a story, right? A real short story. So my mom and I was traveling from Sierra Leone
Right.
after the 2003 war, right? So I had an overnight bag, and that was the Ghana Must Go, bro. My mom fit in a small Tiger generator
What?
because yes, we was overloaded, right? So I had a carry-on. On my carry-on was the Ghana Must Go bag and a small Tiger generator in it. And I rode the Wiswa flight back from Sierra Leone to Liberia with the Ghana Must Go. The small bag looking like this, like you couldn't even notice it. And the Tiger generator fit right in.
Wow.
Now those bags,
That's
bags
beautiful,
are very
bro.
like
Yeah.
very impactful when it comes to like the struggle, the war, and people who can't afford like a certain quality of stuff. But the thing about this bag that you guys are looking at over that Waterside bag, the quality is different.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
mom said the same thing. I sent her pictures of it, and she goes, when I went to Minnesota for the holidays, because she modeled for the bag, and I couldn't wait for that to happen. So when
The
I got
quality
there,
is different, the design is different,
Yeah.
but the only thing that remains constant is
It's
the
the
name.
story.
Yeah, it's the name.
The
and
story
stuff.
pattern.
the
Yeah.
story behind it was important.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh wow, the texture is really good." I thought it was the regular.
I like the texture,
The
yeah.
Ghana Must Go thing. I'm like, nah, mom. When she validated that, I was like, okay, this is something. Because my mom is hard to please, bro. Like she was like, as cool as she is, she's hard to please.
Now the
bro.
quality definitely, because when myself when I was looking at the bag, I thought like it was like that same kind of quality and the way they make it.
Nah.
'Cause I think the Ghana Must Go bag they make it from like
It was plastic.
the plastic,
Yeah,
right?
plastic,
yeah,
yeah.
I was, but when I had the opportunity to actually hold the bag, I was like, yo, this shit fire.
Yeah, that's Japanese canvas.
Yeah, I was
it was
like
made in Japan.
I was like, that shit
Yeah,
fire.
that's Japanese canvas. So it's like heavy duty Japanese canvas. So it's very durable. And over time, as the more things you put in it, the wears out is beautiful. It get more softer. Yeah. So it aged well.
You did speak. You said you were recently in Tokyo, so it sounds like you're very well traveled, which is lovely. I love hearing about Black men being well traveled. But I do want to talk about a particular. I don't want to talk about the trip. I want J-Biz to talk about the trip.
The trip in Liberia, right?
Yeah.
Yo, it's so crazy, right? Because
Yeah, God.
like into fashion, I've been in for a little bit and things like that. So one of our friend right now, which was in homie, we go back and forth a lot on the internet. Like, been trying to figure how to help navigate this Liberian culture space next level. So he one of the next level guy, professional NFL player, whatever. So he connected the dot with me, and so they just hit me like, bro, we going to Liberia in 2 weeks. I like, what? Then I ended up.
I thought that too. I was
Bro.
like, how are they out there? Like, I know he was just there in December. Like, I don't think this was
Yeah,
planned. This is something you planned.
it wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned
So,
at
so,
all.
so the main reason why I went, right? Because I know my people. I go back and forth a lot, right? I was like, yo, if I let these guys go Liberia by themselves, and there's some of the people in the order go turn them off because they like some people over there knew they will make you don't want to go back to that place again.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason why I say, yo, I gotta go with them because we about to go into business and figure out how
Something
to
big.
push the culture and this and that. I can let some kind of idiot in our
Just, like,
country
stumble you
that,
along the way.
just kind
Yeah.
of just throw something off where he's like, nah, I'm not messing with it. So I literally took the trip with them. Yo, that trip.
It looked beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
looked
Yo,
beautiful.
bro, you think it was random to you? It was random to me. Yeah, because I had just came back from Senegal. Like 2 weeks before that, I was in Dakar. Just literally-
Daha.
Dakar.
Daha. That's how we call it. Daha.
Okay. Yeah, I just got back from Daha. And this nigga like, yo, we gotta go. So I'm like, bro, I literally just got back. Like, I haven't even been at my apartment in like a month. I've been going for 2 months. Like, he was like, nah, we gotta go. And it actually turned out to be one of the best spontaneous trip I ever went on in my life. Just the work ethic. And also shout out to Biz too, though. Like, I'm gonna give you your flowers, bro.
Please.
You
so
feel
they
me?
don't
I'm gonna
him
give
enough.
all y'all flower, but I'm gonna give Biz his flower for really like always very being consistent of constantly pushing the envelope. And you know, it's a lot of niggas that gonna dog that, but fuck it. You know what I mean? You keep just keep doing you as a person, and it's impactful to our culture because we don't have a lot of people that have a voice. Everybody is like, shh,
Fact.
You the
quiet
godfather
about
of
it.
the game,
You know
Lord.
what I mean?
Everybody wants
So
the hush
even when
culture.
I told my mans, I sent, because one of my boys in the Navy, I sent, you know, I was like, I'm about to go on Biz Show on the fries and shit, and he was like, yo, I really respect that dude, bro. Like, he's one of the pioneers that keep pushing the envelope for the culture. You know what I mean? And I wish everybody could just come together to just see that, because, you know, for our community, we're not really we're doing the less, and we're being rewarded for doing less when we should be rewarded for doing more. So
Facts.
now it put people that do the bare minimum, when it comes around, they get so comfortable. You know what I'm saying? And you always chanting like people should always aim for greatness, and then this show, like, you guys do the great job, obviously. You know what I mean?
And also, speaking
It's
of
hosting.
greatness, let's talk about some of the projects y'all got done while y'all were out there. I know the trip was nice.
Yeah.
I know y'all have fun, but I ain't gonna hold you. That video, when I saw the girls and the colors
Oh, the
and the
video?
background, I said Solange is in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, creative director.
We're cooking
so-
up. Lone Star Music cooking up.
Creative director of Lone Star Music.
Yes.
And so we have
There you
so
go.
you see, so we kind of like talk about like doing music business the proper way, right? So like this guy, the creative director of the label, right? So whatever he say when I got a music video, I don't argue with him.
Man,
I had to
oh, man,
screw it
share
for that
Lone Star
one.
self
Yeah,
beyond.
I don't even.
Wait, I heard y'all wasn't
My
beginning.
boy, I had to screw it.
What about
for that
other
one.
I ain't gonna lie, I
position?
don't even.
Oh, my older
My brother was the
position.
guy with
I just
us.
want to. I want.
You the
I had
businessman, my
I had to
man.
screw it for
There you
that one. Because when we was on set, because so I'm gonna answer that question though, because I actually
Yeah.
really can't wait to explain that. That's
I love the project. It was
Yeah.
beautiful what I saw so far.
You feel me? And you know, the song got sent to me and by my boy Gus. So I cook up the treatment and I send it to Gus. Biz is like more of a business aspect kind of person. He want to see it, he want to touch it, he want to know exactly what it is before he do anything with it, right? So I told him, I said, yo, bro, as long as you understands it, it's between me and you. We're gonna slowly like manipulate him of understanding it when we on ground. Once he on set, we're gonna make him understand it.
Okay,
Right? Because I
okay.
was very firm about my decision and all the
We were going to coerce him to agree with
Standing
us.
on business.
I was standing on
Yeah.
I was standing on big business, right? So Biz was like, all right. So we got on set, and it was, bro, the process getting on that particular location, the story was funny, bro.
Yeah,
That story
Tell the
was
story,
so.
bro. Tell the story.
This is a story, right?
Yeah, Liberian people are funny, bro.
this
That
is-
story was
this is
crazy.
Story, right? So, you know the Duca Palace, right?
Yeah.
So I think some kind of thing that got going on with the what they call government, Gaddafi government or something. Gaddafi government get a Duca Palace, and then the American embassy say, oh, this and that. They don't want the people to build because they don't want the people to be spying on there.
No, what
So-
happened? Gaddafi actually bought it.
Yeah,
He did.
yeah.
He did. That's
but
what
then-
that's what the guy said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then Ellen denied it. Doing
Yeah,
her,
yeah,
doing
no,
reject.
No.
because-
It actually went through.
Yeah, went through because
it actually went through because
Libya owns the
Libya
place.
owns it, but the like
America,
they said,
yeah, they
the
can't build
American
'cause they wanna be
government is
spying on them.
declining it because that's one of the highest buildings in the country.
Yeah.
So it also sees through over
The embassy.
The embassy, they don't want Libya to be
yeah.
spying over them. So
exactly.
So we go there, right? We're going to shoot because I be seeing other people shooting video in there. So beginning be taking pictures. So we go shoot. We talk to the guy, right? We talk to the guy, the security in charge. And man say, yo, come out tomorrow, right? Come out to
No. Put the part. Don't forget that part. So we went with a whole visual.
ready to shoot.
Yeah, right. We went with a whole visual thing. So he said, because I'm the director, right? So I have more of the visual control of what settings I want in the building and things like that, and what I don't want to show, right? So I'm being very particular. So I'm like, okay, I will need some type of visual reference, so that way it's easier when we come the next day,
Explain.
we could just boom, 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 and get it out the way.
Okay.
So he said, okay, all of y'all stay outside. Only them make them go inside.
Goes down, go look. Man,
So
misbehave, you know.
yeah, so I'm like, all right, cool. So we got in the building. The rabbi tell me said no photos. So I'm like, but how you expect me to remember everything? There's a big building. I can't just come here and memorize everything. Like, you know? He said no. Then you can go. So I said,
No misbehavior.
what type of rabbi is there?
You can go, it's crazy.
So I turned. I said, you know what? no pictures. I'll do my best to remember every
photographic
little,
memory.
I'll put my photographic memory button on and remember everything possible. So I said, okay, cool. So I remember that happened. A few minutes. The appointment was at 10 o'clock.
10
We
o'clock
went
in the
out.
morning.
We missed the appointment. We came late. We blowing up this dude phone for like hours. Mind you, we're all the way in on Congo Town. AUG, right?
King, yeah, AUG,
Yeah,
that
we're
was
all
saying.
the way over
Just
there.
to access the Duca party?
Yeah.
My man went there. Bro.
Blowing this dude phone for 2 hours. We get in, like, agitated, annoyed, bro. We're going back and forth.
God.
And the other security
that's
guy,
not security that was
the
there,
other
yeah.
security guy, he's a lawyer security. So I guess his boss probably tells him, oh, the man ain't calling my phone. The man will start to come in here. So it stopped and tell him, I went, where he went again?
Is he went to
The Rawsport.
Go pick up somebody to bring them to the play.
So we looking at the time, but we said, we supposed to shoot at a certain time. By the time they probably get back from Rawsport and come back to Moravia, it'll be lit. We're like, nah. I'm trying to figure out all type. Bro, one thing about me that I really love is that I'm very consistent. Like I said, I'm very intentional about things. If I want things to get done how I sees it, it have to be done that way, right? So I start figuring out ways to like go around the building. So me and my homegirl, we shuffle our way around, get one of the Brabino, went all the way around the building, all the way in the bush.
All the way getting out there.
When we got there, I took out my phone. I said, ain't saying no picture. Y'all take picture of the pool today. I took pictures of the pool. And then we went upstairs.
Good.
Here come the Brabby.
The men are on the phone.
Oh, so that's what you're doing?
The men I say he wasn't there.
The man I said he wasn't there.
Yo,
2
bro,
hours
we
though.
got on the phone with the man. I literally called the man, right? I talked to the man. Man said, yo, you didn't come this, So y'all gonna wait. Yo, the man literally was there,
He
right?
was there sleeping.
But he was probably kind of scared too, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Scared of what?
Probably.
I mean, he
or
could be
probably
right,
the way
though.
they were talking.
No.
was
I think he would just.
Are you engaged in with Kolokwa?
No, of course.
Of course.
We agreed to organize and everything. Everything was already set. So
It was letting us in. They said they not
So you know what
letting
happened,
them
right? Nabil, when the man came back around, right? When he came, he was shamed, right? So because he was shamed, and then his security won't pull himself together. The gate, the girls are standing to the gate. He called, he said, won't push woman in front of me. I did to him about that thing.
Oh, yeah, it was a whole riot, bro.
But it was a whole.
What was he pushing on the lady for?
Yeah, it was a
riot.
bro. That day, I was like, yo, I give up because at the end of the day, like that would turn some people off.
Yeah.
Because like we literally come into a space, right, to showcase the country. Like that's like a landmark in the country.
Yeah, one of the most historical buildings in the
No,
country.
but the thing about the Duca parties too, right now it's a private property, so I think it's written clearly there, no trespassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we communicated though. It wasn't like we just went out of random time. We chat about it and he agreed. But I think what it was like just like Biz said, brother. Brad, we were just trying to. Like, it's just the devil sometimes. He was just being. Yeah,
I mean,
like, trying to show his hand.
Yeah, but you can look at it from that perspective too, bro.
Also.
But I mean, when it got to do with something like recording and all of that, bro, all you try to do is just probably protect his job.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but
From that perspective,
he communicated that with us. Until now, come back. We came back the next day with a whole set with models.
We had the
everything,
models
bro.
outside the building getting the
Yes.
face beat. It was hot. We had just
Why you
left
didn't call me, bro?
We had just left a restaurant that we ate some type of food. I don't
was
know what
thinking
type of
about
meat
that. I know
they
they
put
face
in the
was
food.
melting. I know
Everybody's stomach running.
I was stomach running. I mean, we had to go all the way to Hotel Africa to shoot.
Bro, you on that grind and a heat. A heat is you got just one phone call, bro. We'll sort it out.
What happened next time? We
Yeah.
just called Mr. Abbas.
Oh, so you never did it?
No, but here's the interesting part
the
though.
Duca parties, you never did
No,
it?
we didn't do it.
Oh my God.
So later on, but bro, we got there at 11 o'clock. We dip out of there at like 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we had to take a 45-minute drive all the way to Hotel Africa. But what was so beautiful about it is that we were so consistent about it. You know, nobody gave up. Everybody, we knew that we was working on something special. You know what I mean? And that was really the point of it. And when we got on set, everything just
It was magic.
So
just
So
changed.
I mean, so you know what's really funny about that building, right? Every woman I fell in love with, I did my Jack and Rose with her there.
You know, Hotel Africa?
No.
Duca?
Yeah,
Duca.
This is
Duca.
my man.
Anyway,
I told them that honestly, bro, Jeff on the view. It's beautiful, yeah.
If money and time were not an issue for you, I want to close out. If money and time were not an issue, what's your dream project?
To develop Liberia.
Give me some broader, give me something. Fashion.
Like just to
shows.
be able, it's because fashion is just an outlet. I'm doing this because I'm trying to create an outlet, a system to where I could be able to have things, and then be able to open companies in Liberia. Like our first production company, manufacturing company could be in Liberia. So that's my end goal.
Yeah, I would say, what's your dream
Yeah,
result?
that's our end goals. Just so now we're just using fashion as a outlet to get to where we want to be.
Sound
And
like
then
Kanye.
so when we get there, and then we could be able to create a community, a system where we could support one another, we could support the culture. Because I'm big on the youth.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of kids out there that's like me, 100%.
So we'll be seeing you in Liberia in December, correct?
Of
Of course.
So speaking about
you're not supposed to see me in Liberia in December.
about
Yeah,
putting
I
something
hope.
together, right? So
Yeah.
speaking about putting something together, right? I know currently you're working on a project right now, like something major. Like
Yeah.
you your first time going home, right?
Yeah.
Was when we went, and you got back, and now you about to let people know what you working on. Because from now on, we're not doing a hush culture right now.
Nah.
We just literally we telling we
We're
doing.
exploring.
We're claiming it.
Yeah.
So we're telling it.
Yeah, we telling what you got coming on, what you working on, what you got. You about to drop
this
in
is
Liberia.
this is a dream though. This is like big. You feel me?
Yeah.
So by the grace of God, because God always first, to say that we're gonna open our first Waterside store in Liberia in December.
Hand clap. Let's see. We're bringing investment to the country.
Yes.
That's
So
what we doing.
and that was
Like,
that's
we're
my
not just-
that was my first time back. And when I went there, I feel like, cause I'm gonna just take a little second to just talk about like my actual end goals of the purpose of Waterside, like outside of like the brand.
Yeah.
Just as like a self goal. I want to open like an art school, like private museums for the kid to be able to like have idea of what's outside of just Liberia. You know what I mean? So when I was there, I kind of like saw how things is being run, and that's obviously the base of what they're used to. But I feel like we could change it, and I also feel like if we had like a younger leader, things would be better because his perspective would be more younger and be more towards like the youth and
I do think the disconnect with a lot of the country is the idealism with the older archetypes and what they think should be acceptable.
Exactly.
I definitely just went through something like that myself where it was like the older archetypes viewed me in a certain way. And I was like, you don't know how much you discounted yourself by disregarding me because you looked at me from a surface level view. And I do think that it's troublesome, especially with African culture.
Yeah.
And you're correct. We need government to be 35 and under. We don't need it to be 45 and over.
No, for sure though, bro. Because
A disconnect, right?
yeah, because it's not really helping. Like there's no infrastructure in the way where bro. They have people that having kids over kids and not having any kind of like jobs
Social, yeah.
of like
Source of income.
source of income.
I do think
You know what I
as
mean?
well the idealism that is raised in our culture. I'll speak as a woman with so much beat into you, Mary, Mary, Mary. And when you think about it, Mary, Mary, Mary didn't mean have children. It's not really like, oh, what are your goals? What are your hopes? What do you want to accomplish out of the world? So I do commend you, and I can't wait to see you in Liberia in December.
Yeah, it's gonna be good because that's one thing I'm gonna say about Biz too. Though I'm gonna touch on that too. I was gonna say that earlier. Like most people in our position and that have the opportunity that we all have right now, right? They go to Liberia and live a fast life, and then mind you, in the state they don't even live up to that standard they're living in Liberia. So it's like I can't go to Liberia and try to flex on people in Liberia. No offense.
Or he's showing the people.
Or try to show off in front of people in Liberia. Like, you know what I mean? My idea, as I'm supposed to inspire people, I'm supposed to be the one to look at the culture and be like, okay, we could do this as an add-on to what's already here to improve his life, her life, and everyone else's life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like an add-on. But then people leave here to go back home, they do the opposite of that. and then comes back and say, "Oh, the country fucked up." So how do you expect the country to be developed when your perception is just fun, and like looking at it from that aspect?
It was funny. I was actually even explaining to an American friend how they were upset. They were like, Africans come to America, we steal from the country, and then we da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, the goal is to make our country better. When we look at y'all American system and how things are laid out, we don't have a 10% of that in
Information.
Africa.
Nope.
So it doesn't make sense for us to come here and not want to go home and make it better. Why would we come here and stay? That doesn't even add up. But
Yeah, well, a lot of guys go back home, right, and they enhance their lifestyle.
Work 11 months.
Yeah.
Work
They-
11 months.
they get
Save.
security.
Save for all that 11 months. Shut up, go blow all.
Yeah,
They get drivers,
bro.
they
That
get
shit is
security.
insane, bro.
They doing things and
Bro.
we're gonna operate.
Are you being ungrateful to yourself?
Yeah. No, that may be because of the men in laws.
Are you being
Laws
ungrateful
don't,
to
don't,
yourself?
don't know themselves.
Yeah, they don't know themselves, the laws, because you have a purpose. This platform,
Everyone have a
right?
purpose, yeah.
Right? Exactly. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
you know your purpose. This
Yeah.
channel right is what you use your voice to express things that need to be said within our community.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I must hit a stunt move real quick. When we did the video, I better get a win, Liberia. I better get a video of best director of the year.
LMA, right? It's a
Yes,
strong
in
one to
Liberia.
LMA giving you a
No,
shot.
no. I'm being serious. Because as humble, I'm gonna say, there's no artist, respectfully, respect to everyone, bro. There's no artist in Liberia right now that's doing what Truth Dead is doing. Like the team that's supporting him, we have creative backing. And this is what every artist in Liberia needs to do. They need to come together and create like work ethic for individuals. If I'm doing wrong, Biz tell me, yo, you're doing wrong.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't
And
like being held accountable.
I should be able to understand, like, okay, I'm bugging. Maybe I need to calm down, try to do it this way. But everybody want to be in position. You cannot win when you just want to be the frontier of everything, because you
Of a
need a
team.
system behind you. You need a
System.
team, right? So, Liberian people, what is it called? What?
The LMA.
Yeah, they better give me my award,
Didn't
because
they
that
just
video
announce, though?
is next level.
they announced, they said,
And
Not yet. They just did announce when the
to
show
do
is gonna
submission,
be.
right?
no, they
I
better.
think it's in July.
It's
for
in July.
submission.
Somebody says in July. They better give me my award, because that video is like the new frontier of what music video should come out of Liberia looking like.
Yes, it's very
100%.
creative. It's like
You
creative.
know what I'm saying?
And the thing about it, bro,
Following
a lot
the
of people
history.
that shoot videos, right? They shoot it out of Liberia. So we want to also create a way where you understand you don't have to go to Ghana
You don't.
to
Bro,
shoot your videos.
We was in Hotel Africa, right?
Yeah.
We was on the third floor. Remember when we did the shot from like down? I was on the third floor, and I'm like, yo, Nina Simone, she stays in this hotel. So I'm really processing it like,
Oh,
yo.
so you saw the hotel before?
Yes, because
Okay,
I
good.
watched a lot of documentary on Liberia, and like, because some of my
That
inspiration
was one
comes
of the most beautiful hotels in Africa.
bro.
Yeah.
And I was still trying to figure out how much it was a night to stay a night there.
Dang.
As unfinished it was. You feel me? That's how important it is. So I'm like, yo, like,
Liberia really got like some like
This is so
landmarks. Look at
historical.
it. They named the hotel after Africa, Hotel Africa. Imagine like back in the day, like how powerful Liberia was. You understand? Where people like that going to Liberia and staying one of the biggest models in the whole entire world, actually going to Liberia to stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to. That's one thing we gotta understand. I say this a lot to people, right? Liberia is not the problem. It's Liberians who are the problem, because Liberia is such a beautiful place, beautiful,
beautiful.
landscape,
So
beautiful,
beautiful.
weather,
Ocean.
beautiful,
Bro, so beautiful.
Like it's so
The food,
beautiful.
the women.
Everything. You understand what I'm saying to you?
no, the food is the best. There's no food in the whole world better than Liberian food.
not.
Let everybody on my Instagram that not Liberian come for me will go for it
That's
one to
facts.
one.
That's
The
facts.
women.
That's fact. I've been betting on
Let
that
it come
for
for
5
me
years
one
now.
by one. We'll go for it.
But man, I've been living off of Liberian food for 5 years. That I've been paying all my bills, me flying up and down, going here.
But
living
Liberian
how
food
I
is small
live.
food.
So to
When I
tell
went-
you, I know what that is.
Yeah, Liberian food not small food.
So,
The first time I had organic Liberian food, when I had that slippy,
oh
and
yeah?
the potato green, the quesadilla with the butter beans that goes on my made.
So if you're going Liberia in December, you spill on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spill yourself. And I ain't Liberia in December. Because my boy ain't going to be there launching the Waterside store.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there too.
Now the whole team's gonna be there. You guys, you going?
Are you producing backpacks? I mean backpacks?
Like book bag?
yeah.
I don't know. That might be
Nah.
hard. I don't know.
That might be hard, but I just think maybe if we were to come up with the idea, it wouldn't be with that pattern though, because then it takes away the beauty of the story. Because that bag is actually a handbag.
Okay.
It was structurally meant to be carried like a handbag. So once we do other things outside of that, kind of like defeat the purpose of the story. And I want to just keep it as is. Like I was bragging to one of my men. I said, "Yo, bro, this bag should be in the museum, bro."
That's facts.
Feel me?
Definitely. So
It's a museum piece.
So Waterside don't only have they have clothes, right? That's what I'm wearing right now. This top on me is a original Waterside.
Yeah, that's
And then the
a
jeans.
Japanese thermal.
It's jeans right here. So
Japanese
got,
denim.
They got clothes. So kind of just telling them about where they can find your. They got this belt too.
Yeah, the
So
pony
let them know
belt.
where they can find pieces and things like that.
Yeah. So with those pieces you're wearing, it was from our pop up we had in New York in March. It was specifically made for that event, but we was able to bring it online for the international supporters and stuff like that to be able to have access to it as well too. So
Okay, they got clothes
I
now.
want to be a little messy. What's the fashion trend you wish that would die?
Dang.
Sheesh, that's a hot one. You gonna put me in the spot like that?
What is the fashion trend that needs to go? I don't know. What's the fashion?
You know what it is? You know what it is though? I'm not really into trend like that. But what I will say though,
Or
I can't.
concept, how about that?
I can't. I think fast fashion needs to die because it's
T-shirts and stuff?
Yeah, fast fashion needs to die because it takes in away the idea of identity. A lot of people is losing their identity through fast fashion.
Yeah, I will say everyone kind of dresses the same nowadays, and it's
Exactly.
quite irritable. Like no one can stand out. And then when you
Exactly.
do stand out, it's like, oh, you're doing too much, and it's like, wait, that was the point of getting dressed today. You're supposed to do too much.
Got it.
Yeah, love the boots, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, thrifties on eBay.
So
On
let the
eBay.
people know where they can get your clothes, where they can find you on social media before you go.
So you could check us out at waterside.design. You could check out my personal Instagram at waterside_in.
Are we doing a public flocking?
Should we public flux somebody?
So I wanna. Do we still got more
Are you gonna
time?
public flux somebody?
Yes,
Say, go ahead.
Yeah, already.
You with us.
Let me already started here already. Man, they want to rob me off a wall, not be.
Yeah, I want to keep saying now when they rob me for my award. That would be whoever.
Best director of the year, right?
Yes, and I think Lone Star Music deserve it because it's a bunch of creatives behind the label, and I'm not even saying that to be biased because I'm with the label or contractually with the label, but I'm saying that because it's a fact. 100%.
You heard it here first.
It's a fact, 100%. And I think a lot of Liberian artists are tapping with us because they need this man, they need the other man, Gus, and they need me.
But the man say you're only looking for one artist.
No. We'll open it. We just
Man,
want
no, only
We
one
made it
artist.
clear, like brother. We open for
open it.
for
We'll
other
open
like.
it. We'll open it. Right now, we only got one, but as we because we got to understand that market, right? Because that different era, I mean, they can open a different world on the other side of town. So once we understand how to navigate through that market, then we have kind of a blueprint.
But let me ask you the question too. What's about you and all your artists then should be light skinned. What were you on the light skinned artist?
I mean, my man, one picking in at the ghetto would you get one minute that's marketable.
Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah, no, I'm saying one picking in the ghetto would So the beginning.
I like chocolate.
No, I'm not saying a dark skinned man can be light, but I
I
mean
like chocolate.
the artists that we got.
I'll
on
show
the
the man
roster.
5 artists, bro. The man
all
said no.
chocolate.
They got it.
He's not marketable. He's not marketable. They can single, but man said no.
So
Man said,
Bass,
I'm picking fit
what do
too
you
hard.
like really like go for? Like, do you just always go for looks, or do you just like go for like talent?
The man
Nah,
want
but think
everything in
about
one
it, right?
package.
No, the thing about it, like for me, I go for somebody who I think understands like the field they want to operate in.
Right.
A lot of people are songwriters and not artists.
Yep. I agree.
A lot of that's in our market. The problem we're facing, a lot of people who operate as artists, they songwriters. They don't know what to do as an artist. You put them on this thing, they can't do an interview. They will be their voice will be shaky. You it's like certain things they don't understand. You feel me?
Yeah.
So before we kind of like be like, okay, let's put it begin for in the public. He has to understand those things. So
Yeah.
the cast we're going for are people who have been doing their little thing behind the scene, and we see like they understand like where they want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But also, I just feel like you know, most Liberian artists, you know, MC Kara, I'm gonna give her flowers too, bro. MC Kara. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Don't say I'm about to cry, because I'm about to be very emotional
I
with
was
that.
gonna get them tears.
I'm gonna give real shit. When you went home last year, right? I watched the festival, right? And it literally brought tears to my eyes watching her perform.
They love her.
Not so much of she having love in her country. That's where she's from. She's supposed to get love. But it just, as an artist, to be able to have that capability on the low skills, to be able to control your audience the way she did, that was fucking tough, bro. And every artist that was on that stage, they didn't come nowhere close to what she did. And that's a fucking fact. You feel what I'm saying? She's a really good...
And she's competing, bro.
Yes.
Among top niggas,
yes.
She's actually competing.
Yes, bro. And I think people need to give her flowers more. People need to respect her more as an artist, because she's actually really doing it. Like, bro, every time I listen, like, go, my Kobo or my... What is that getting out of Saturday? I got my shoe shampoo.
But she gotta invest in her. But she gotta invest in her music too.
No, but MC, right? MC Caro, right? I feel like the thing about MC Caro, basically, like, she understands how to transition our culture into the art, the music, right?
Yes.
She know how to, like...
That's why I love her.
Her music is relatable to the people.
100%.
They can feel what she's saying, because that's what they're actually going through. She understood that art, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
it's
the
raw.
thing about her is the problem having a lot of other artists. Y'all come to America here, the people there support y'all, they give their money. Instead of y'all putting it back in your music, y'all go back car with it. One of the problem, any Liberian artist ever killed a tour. I'm serious. I'm very serious, because at the end of the day, right?
Public fucking.
End of the day, right? It's not public fucking. It's not nothing against her. I'm just saying, sometimes, right, in life, we have to tell our people the real. I've seen Nigerian artists that come do tour, then when they come on their first show, they go back home. They do some shit to enhance their career.
Yeah.
Which they invest money. You might see their music videos on a different, like, BET network. Mm-hmm. You might see their music being played on American radio stations because they got radio programmers where you pay money. Or you might see some kind of big TikTok influencer doing dance to that stuff because they put the money back into their art, because like a business.
Yeah.
If I sell everything that I have, if I don't go buy new shit, I'm not gonna make money again.
Yeah, but
so we can't continue to Liberian people. We need to get to in a space where, as a Liberian artist, we're gonna support you first. The next time we do, you have to show us that you competing with everybody else that we loving as artists. We wanna love our Liberian artists. We don't just wanna be doing no UN shit with y'all all day supporting y'all. We wanna fall in love with y'all.
It's the mentality though, bro. It's like
it's crazy.
It's the yeah.
Because Ponto,
right?
Ponto go home, he buy a car.
Yeah, it's the
MC Kyle
mentality
buy a
though,
car.
bro.
Dance buy a car. CRC went back home, he buy a car. Like car, we can't buy a car for y'all in America, yeah? So we get cars in America, yeah. They work hard to buy a car for y'all.
You feel me?
Yeah, but I mean,
this shit need to stop, my man. It needs to stop. Music is a business. You have to invest back into the art.
Yeah,
because we want you to showcase the art to the world so the other people outside can come in and invest into our country. That's how
But listen
money
to this though.
being made.
This is a thing, right? It's a skills. It's a marketing technique. And then it's a talent.
Uh-huh.
So even with design, I had to learn how to be marketable, how to create a brand, to be able to sell things for $500.
You invested in your stuff that I can tell by the quality.
No, right. We did invest in it for sure. But you got to understand this. Some people, I would just speak on directly our people, right? They don't have marketing strategy on how to promote themselves or brand themselves. And that's with the lack. You feel what I'm saying? Because she's my manager, which is my friend. You know what I mean? But she's my manager when it comes to booking, so I'm using her to put things in play, but I'm not listening to her.
Definitely people don't know their roles. That is very true.
Exactly. I'm not listening to her. So then why she's a manager?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That
like
should
what?
be your press and
Exactly.
booking.
Exactly. That should just be your booking or your bouncer or something, right?
I think she's my manager because I can tell her whatever I want her to do. I can just tell her I can control her.
But then that's not a manager. You managing the manager.
Yeah. But
if you think you can make sound the Lone Star music because you want car.
No.
They're not giving cars out in your deal. They're not getting no car in your deal.
You putting back.
No, but that's a good point though. Like we just gotta just start like teaching and inspiring our people.
Have to invest back into the art because this is what it do, right? For example, the whole entire Nigerian music industry we talk about all day. We compare everything to these cats. They put money back into it to make other
a lot of money, bro.
Yeah,
lot of money.
everything you do on the business aspect always require a lot of
So
funding.
that's what they do. They put
Always.
so other outside nationalities now are tapping into to what they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it brings tourists into your country. That's how the bloggers able to make money. That's how all these other people, because they for example, Duke, right? Duke Concert, right?
Yeah.
Duke Concert was doing events like us, right? Boom, one in the Nigerian industry as pro, boom. Now he's doing Madison Square Garden because now he has a close relationship with the cats. Those his homies.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like, yo, bro, let's do this.
Yeah, but you know what also that comes with though? Togetherness.
No,
we don't have that. We lack of it.
No, we lack of togetherness because you can't be together with somebody that don't have that same mindset as you.
No, because you could learn. We're afraid to learn.
They don't want to learn. Yep.
Yeah, they're afraid.
And as well, we don't want to teach as much as
No,
we
we
don't
do
learn.
teach because Biz do a good job teaching.
Teaching.
He do a good
Not
job
everybody
teaching.
wants to
You
teach,
guys
though.
on this platform do a good job. Like like the feedback in which you give artists, they take it and perceive it in a way where however they take it, right? And then they just runs with it. Very emotional. You gotta have emotional balance. You know what I mean? You gotta have emotional balance. Like as an artist, I'm okay. You know what I mean? If 3 people in the room saying, "Oh, we don't fuck with the design," that's cool. But guess what? I got people in Tokyo rocking my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
Like, you know what I'm
you know
saying?
why,
So
you know why is that?
your
Because you
little
invest in your
opinion is
brand.
not gonna really affect me or bothers me in a way because guess what? I was able to attract somebody else's outside of my
No,
race.
because
It's
you
the
invested into
mindset,
your
bro.
brand.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the
It's the
reason why it happened
mindset.
because you
It's the
invested
mindset.
into
Yeah.
your brand,
It's the
bro.
mindset.
Yeah.
When you invest into your brand, you attract. So, for example, my restaurant I got, right? People will come, oh, La Brempo don't buy my stuff. You know why? Because I don't have to like be for La Brempo so they can love me.
Man, I'm not gonna sit out and come in with a bag
no,
of
because it will
scare me.
no, because what I do, right, is I market stuff, I push it out to the world, and whosoever might like it, they come, they get it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I invest into what I do. That's the key to entertainment. There's so many people in the world, bro. So many people in the world looking for something to do.
But with the community, because we don't have an industry yet, so I'm not even gonna say we have an industry.
You're
I'ma
creating it.
I'ma
You're
just
creating
be
it.
very like forward with this shit to the community, right? People are so content with the little of what is given to them, rather than looking at it. Because you got to understand, we have a Western mentality. I'm gonna speak for them just a little bit. I can't just be too biased with the whole shit, right? They have a mentality of system where, you know, a lot of people, statistically speaking, they say a lot of people are not successful. The percent of people, most people that are not successful are because they're afraid of losing what they have or what they work hard for.
Work hard for. They're scared
You know
to put
what
it
I'm
back up.
saying?
Yeah.
So if you give somebody, like, I'm not gonna say name, one of the artists from Liberia, you give them $20,000.
$20,000,
They're
yeah.
not used to seeing $20,000.
So
So
they're
they're gonna build a structure around that $20,000 to empower themselves, rather than looking at it like, okay, I could flip this 20,000
Put it back
and make
in.
it 40,000. You know what I'm saying? So they say, you know what? I'm not about to be taking taxi around here. Let me go get my car. Then I go get a car.
They
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then that also comes with, you know, mentor. Like the music comes with so much things that goes into it rather than just you having the idea of knowing how to move the pen. It's a marketing thing. If you're not marketing your music the right way or channeling the right people to understand your music, regardless of what it is, you're not gonna be successful because your marketing skill sucks and you're not willing to give other people the opportunity to help you. Do you think right now if I make call to one of the biggest artists in Liberia, like, yo, I work with Lone Star Music, right? But I'm open because I'm for the people. I'm open. I'm for the culture. Let me just direct one of your videos. You know they're probably gonna tell me, let me let Joe go. I don't even know him from nowhere. Then you can't tell me the stupidness. That's the mindset.
Bro,
You feel me? That's the mindset.
Yeah, but you see the thing with car too, right? Car, I mean, like car is an asset, but it's also
Liability. It's not an asset,
liability.
liability, not asset,
no,
liability.
I mean,
It's a lucrative
it's an
asset.
asset, but it becomes a liability
yeah,
for
but
you.
got
Yeah,
that
that's
gas,
true. As
yeah,
an
got
individual,
bigger,
or you gotta
yeah.
service it, or you gotta fix it, or you gotta do maintenance and
Pay insurance
and all of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, my man. That shit can hurt my feelings, bro. Cause like when these cats come to America, we ruling for them, bro. We at a space where like, yo, we so happy, and we're grateful that they come and make some money. and that money gonna get put back into the music to enhance this stuff, because every blogger out there, all these content creators out there, they're depending on this thing to get better one day so they can survive off of it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're begging you, bro. Like, you in the fashion world, when my Liberian people, if they put in and say, okay, we're going to tour into Waterside, we're going to give you our money, please don't go buy Maybach with A, my man. Please put it back into the brand and put
Unless
the
it's
brand
I like
me.
simple
on
things.
Beyonce.
Unless it's for me, then you can buy me a Maybach.
Yeah.
Put people the
Yeah,
brand
you're
on, yeah, my man, I'm begging you, but yeah, my man.
No. The idea is not really about that though, bro. Like, I really just want to just channel the fact of just like wanting my people to understand that we as a team, Lone Star Music, Waterside, we want to help the community. We want to help change the perspective of the norms, because that's what's fucking us up. You got it's a pattern. You got to get out of that shit. You got to be able to really be like, yo, you know what? I want to everybody looking this way. Guess what? I want to look that way.
Yeah, facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
want
got to
people to
be
be
able to
comfortable
do that
being
because when everybody starts saying you doing that, people could follow. But when everybody, like for example, like I'm gonna keep going back to the visual, like Liberian music visual, like some artists, I won't mention no artists unless you want me to mention artists, and I'll mention
Mention 'em.
artists.
Man, all that hush culture, we're gonna stop it.
All
All
right.
that will be quiet when I call somebody name.
Okay, so like,
fucking
look, so let's say no. I don't want to start no mutual beef and shit. I'm a very neutral man. I like peace, but I'm just speaking general. Some of the Liberian artists, they work so hard to create good songs, right? But there's no push, there's no visual, and I always tell people when I speak to Gus, we have this conversation. Me and you have this conversation, Biz. As an artist, you gotta win in both sides, right? Sometimes people don't like your music, but they like your creativity behind your visuals. That could also bring you views, and that could also put money in your pocket.
Yeah.
You can't be lack of both. And that's what our artists is lack of. They don't have good like expression in what they do. They express a little of nothing and they expect people to be like, okay, yeah, this person did this.
You get it from Liberia.
Yeah, this person did that. No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta have either one of them. You gotta go either, if you're not gonna go hard on the marketing side, go hard on the visual side of it, so that way it could draw attention to other people. There's a lot of American artists that music sucks. I could say them names, which I'm not going to, but
That video
is
they
hard.
dropped that video, that shit hard.
That creativity is at a next level to the point where it brings replays back to that song, back to that
At
song.
value.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then make people like the song because they keep hearing it all over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or they
Exactly.
do like
So I
content,
think,
they figure out how to put that. For example, look when Wiz dropped that one dance song, like they had like Kylie Jenner and them doing videos to it. All these things was pay to play. You feel me? So you got to put money back into your brand, man. We're begging you.
Yeah, please.
Well, I think that's gonna be a wrap today.
It's simple
you guys.
marketing, bro. Simple
We had
marketing.
Fun. I enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed hearing your brain. I enjoyed hearing what you guys have planned for the future. Anything you want to say to close out?
Like what?
Hey,
Inspiration.
whatever you want to say to the people.
Hey,
whatever you
Nah,
wanna
I
say to
just
them.
like
Inspire the children.
Like I
Give
feel
the
like for this is just not to just the youth. This is for the community.
Yeah.
You know, believe in what you believe in. Be consistent and be intentional about it. That takes you far. And just be very direct and be expressive. And it's okay to get help. That's key in our community. It's okay to get help. Not everybody can be the boss. You know what I'm saying?
And the boss needs help. That's why he's the boss.
Exactly.
So
you know what I'm
even
saying?
if
That's
you
why
are
the boss have an assistant. Right?
It's okay.
So just people should just be open to learn, because there's a saying, say a smart man knows and knows nothing. So I'm gonna just leave it as that. So, you know, for the youth, I just want them to just keep, you know, picking up ideas and just keep doing, because a lot of shout out to all the bloggers in Liberia that I met, Gary,
Good, cool guy.
Kodokwa TV. These dudes are doing a really good job, and I'm really proud of them to be able to, like, you know, do it without, you know, expecting the most out of it, and to constantly keep doing it, being consistent. You know what I mean? So shout out to all of them, and you guys just keep doing and be consistent, and you know, it's gonna happen.
Fire. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, my brother, for coming out in the frost.
Of course,
And
bro.
clap.
This is yeah.
Gary.
Well, not shake tail yesterday.
Yeah, the noise that I'm about to go block my Instagram. But that was good though. That was
They gotta put that shit together, bro. So this shit can make sense for everybody, my man. Too much money in the team, man, for not to be seeing real rock, my man.
Yeah, it's true, bro.
Money in the team, man. Oh. I tell you.
My brother, they say she legends, you know. So.